Hello everyone, this is the first part to a two-part video. This is going to be the unboxing of my new ceiling fan. I purchased a Harbor Breeze Builder Series 42-inch ceiling fan. It was $29 and some odd cents. This will show you the box. I didn't want any, fancy modern type fan. I just needed, a basic one that would get the job done. So this works. You can see here it talks about the energy guide and how much it costs to operate. It also talks about the room size in terms of length and width. This room is about 13 by 13, and so a 42-inch fan will work okay. The one I have in here now is 48-inch, so we'll have to see how it compares. Let's unbox it. I purchased this at Lowe's in South Lansing, Michigan at a curbside order because I didn't want to go into the store. Like I said, this was only $29 and something. After tax it was $31, so let's see how good it looks. It's got some cardboard. The instruction manuals, which are always good to have. I might write the purchase date on there. These are the blades, and it also gives you some info on the blades. Here are the blades. Seem pretty well made. You can see you've got wood color or white. It says Hong Kong China Electrical Appliance Co. Limited, and it was made in August of 2020. So these are the blades. Small blades, but they seem pretty durable. Yes, I'll put them here. These are the screws and the pull chains for the fan, including some wire nuts. And then this is the mounting bracket. This is what goes on the ceiling. Most modern fans have this type of mounting bracket. It's not my favorite, but I mean it'll work for my... I'm not going to be taking it down and putting it up again, so should be fine. And here we have... Oh, great. A China Pride LED light bulb. Please be regular base. Ha-ha! It is regular base. So we will be putting a halogen in there, a real light bulb. No need for this nonsense. You can put that right back in there. Here we have one of the blade brackets, and it looks pretty thin. I mean, it's a stamped blade iron, but it's interesting how they put 3 of them here, but then only, that's weird. Just had to wrap one individually, I guess. I guess they wanted to make the box as small as possible. So here we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of the fan. Ah, yes. So let's see. This is the actual motor itself. Oh, it's actually got some weight to it. I'm surprised. It's heavier than I would have thought it was. Huh. Not bad. Let's see if we can see a manufacturer. Probably Heritage or Litex. It is, well, we're going to have to look at the model. Oh, here we go. Ceiling suspended fan, model H42-4B/1LEL1M. Okay, 100 volt, 60 hertz motor, 50 watts, lamp max, 60 watt, impedance protected by Intertech. Item model 40680, and then caution, mount with the lowest moving parts. Yeah, you want 7 feet, which is the electrical code. So the way this works is, does this have a hook on it? I would think it would. It mounts sort of like this. There you go. Obviously it's going to be different, but... So that is the motor, the light on the bottom. Here we have the metal housing of the fan. You can see it's just a basic white housing. I didn't want anything real fancy. And here we have the little tiny globe. And that is it. It wasn't even sitting flat. So that is the unboxing of the new fan. Now we will cut to once it's installed and give a demonstration of it. Well, I've been using the fan for a few hours and I figured I'd give it a decent review. So before I do that, I'll demonstrate it. I'll do the light. It is a 6.5 watt LED or a 5.5. It's not that bright and I'll probably have to use a lamp in here, but it's not like an accent light. I guess the first speed I'll show you is low. You could hear it does vibrate a little bit, although since I'm not sleeping in this room, that's not going to bother me, although that might be a deal breaker for some people that are potentially going to buy it. This might look better with the light on. Does it? Yeah, it does. It has these Harbor Breeze pull chain fobs with the light and the fan on them, so you know which pull is which is good because I wouldn't know otherwise. The low speed is a little faster than I would like, but it does push air. I mean, I can feel air, so I guess that's a positive. I'll take it up to medium. Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep light on. Globe is sort of loose, but it's not going to fall or anything. Decent medium speed. I feel a good amount of air and we'll take it up to high. You can hear it does vibrate, and since it's so close to the ceiling, it amplifies the sound. Thankfully, this room has carpet in it, so it's got some absorbent. If it had all hardwood floors and all just bare white walls, it would probably amplify louder. Or if this was in a bathroom or something, you would probably hear it much louder than this. I'll be quiet for a couple seconds so you can listen. So it's noticeable, but from when you hear the airflow over it, so that's good. Turn the light off again. Pull chains are very easy to pull. Not difficult at all. There it is back off. Give you a demonstration of the reverse function. Just flip the switch up. And we'll go to low on reverse. There we go. I do live in a northern climate. I live in Michigan, and so the reverse function is going to come in handy for winter. Although, ironically, it's December and we haven't had snow yet. I mean, we had a couple flurries, but nothing that covers the ground. It's probably 50 degrees out, so we're having more of like a southern Kentucky, northern Tennessee, Clarksville type winter. I'll take it up to medium. I mean, I've reversed some of the fans in the house for the other ones we have, although the only one that actually gets used almost daily is the one in the living room. And the one, I guess, in the main office gets used daily. The one in the main office I leave on forward because that room gets hot with the computer, and this room gets hot since there's 2 computers, sometimes 3 running, so I'll probably leave this on forward year-round. But the living room fan and the master bedroom fan go to reverse. And then my bedroom has a fan, but I don't usually use it. We'll go to high. I definitely don't hear as much airflow, and if I stand in the corner of the room or the side, I don't really feel basically anything. If I stand in an actual corner of the room, I can feel a little bit, but I should be able to feel it on all sides of the room, and I don't feel it from the middle of the non-corners of the room. So, is there anything negative? Well, doesn't wobble, produces good airflow for a small fan like this, and it looks relatively attractive. I like the way the brackets look on the blades. They look modern. But is there a bad side? Well, yeah, there is. Not the vibration. However, if this wasn't a bedroom setting, it might be difficult to sleep with it on, unless you have it on low, because the vibration is quietest on low. But there are some downsides to this fan. One big one that I'll talk about is the smell. When I first threw this up, I ran it on all the speeds to see if it was working, and I noticed a very chemically smell, I guess you could put it, metally, plasticky smell coming from the fan when it was on. So I read up on this issue, and apparently a lot of people have it, and some people returned it, but some people kept it. What I decided to do was I set a timer for 20 minutes. I ran the fan on high and forward without touching it. Then when the timer was up, I switched it over to high and reverse for 20 minutes and ran it with no interruptions. And now when I turn it on, it's still noticeable. It's not as, it still has an odor. I'll turn it on high here. You can see it spin up to high. It still has a bit of an odor, but it's slightly less now. So I'm probably going to let this run on low as I normally would and see if it goes away completely. So we'll put it back to low. But all in all, I have to give it to this $30 fan, or $31 after tax, depending on where you live. Here it was 31 and something, because we have 0.06% sales tax. I gotta give it to them. For a cheapy little import Chinese spinner fan, it actually is better than I expected. The build quality is not great. Some of the blades on the brown side had finished chips, and some of the brackets have finish scraped off. But, I mean, it's $29. But for $29, I was not expecting to get as good airflow as I got. I was expecting to feel no airflow on low, a tiny bit on medium, and about as much on high as I felt on low from the old fan that was in here, because the old fan was much more powerful. But even on, I mean, this is low setting, and I can still feel a steady stream of air, and I find that great for a small, little, cheap fan. The reason I went with a 42-inch and not a 52-inch in here, although a 52-inch would have fit perfectly, is that the old fan was a 48-inch, so between. The reason I went with a 42, it's cheaper, but also this room, if you measured the room, it's about 13 by 13 and something. I think the square footage is 165. I rounded it to 13 by 13, and that is, or 160. It was one of the two, and that qualifies it for a 42-inch fan. But also, I would have put a 52-inch fan in here because being a fan person, I know I could squeeze a 60-inch in here if I really wanted to. But in reality, this room is an office. There's nothing where this fan is located on the ceiling in the exact middle of the room. There's nothing under it. The closest thing to being under it are the desks. There are 2 desks in this room. One of them, you see my hand, is against this wall right there. And the other one is against this wall and right here. That's my main desk. So when I'm sitting at my desk, which is over here, I'm not sitting directly under the fan. I'm going to sit at my desk, and no, I don't feel any airflow. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want to feel, because I'm going to run this on low anytime I'm in here like this with the light on or without. I didn't want to feel airflow sitting at my desk because that would make me cold or it would annoy me. So I wanted it, that's why I went with a smaller fan, even though this room could fit a bigger one, is because I didn't want to feel airflow at the desk. I just want to feel it in the middle of the room. Now if I put it on high and I sit at the desk, I can feel a little bit, but not all that much. If my desk were more in the middle of the room, I would definitely feel it. So that is the reason behind my purchase of a 42-inch instead of a full 52-inch. So that is going to be it. I think that's going to conclude the review of the 42-inch Harbor Breeze Builder Series from the technical model name is Armitage, 42-inch counterpart of the Armitage ceiling fan, or Builder Series, whatever you want to call it. That basically means that these are the ones that builders are going to buy 30 of and put in all their condos or apartments or whatever. Not fine by me, I live in a much nicer, more expensive home, but this is all I need because I'm a minimalist when it comes to this stuff. I just needed a basic white fan. I needed it to be white. There was one at Home Depot I was considering, there was also one at Menards, and there was also one at Walmart that were all similar styles. I think they were all $29. The one at Walmart was $23. And the reason I went with this one is because typically Lowe's has the best selection of electrical. Menards has better quality and cheaper prices, but I think Lowe's has a better selection of fans. and I don't really like Home Depot, even though it's by far the closest of the three to us. Our closest Home Depot is about 10 minutes, our closest Lowe's and Menards are 20. So I did take the trip out to get this. But that's going to conclude the review. Overall, how many stars would I give it? I would give it 4 stars. The only thing that I think would make it a 5-star is if the odor did not exist and it was silent, I think I would bump it up to a 5-star. But overall, I give this fan a 4 out of 5. Great fan. I recommend it to anyone who needs a small fan and doesn't mind the vibration. That might just be this one. Maybe other ones don't have that. So that is going to conclude the review. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see. And follow me on the web, wix.com/theelevatorworld/fans. And I will link the Lowe's page with this fan and the 52-inch version, both in white, in the description below. I will also link an unlisted video of me installing it in case you need to figure out how to install it and you want to see it actually done in person. Bye-bye.